live from the Verizon Wireless Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. It is the Division II Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network. Good afternoon, everyone. Glad you could join us. Greg Glynn along with Cody Prevost, and we are ready for action as Merrimack, the top seed, gets ready to take on Bedford.
Yeah, Bedford, the returning champs, looking to get their second win in a row here, and they beat Merrimack twice this season.
Records for both teams: Merrimack comes in at 18-2, Bedford 15-3-2. The head coach of Merrimack is Kurt Mitholfer, and the head coach for Bedford is Marty Myers. Leading scorers for both teams: Connor Powell leads the way for Merrimack, 55 points on the year. Kurt Mitchell, we'll keep an eye on him. He's got 25 points for Bedford and the Bulldogs. Goaltenders in this one: the starting goaltenders, Brett Glendy will come in with a record of 16-2, 1.49 goals against average, .934 save percentage. And down at the other end of the ice, it'll be Steven Tempesta, a record of 12-3-2, a 1.59 goals against average, .928 save percentage. Just about set to go. Merrimack dressed in their white sweaters, blue numbers. They'll move from right to left. Bedford dressed in their black uniforms, red numbers. They'll move from left to right. We're glad you're with us. We're underway here in Division II Ice Hockey Championship game. Controlled by Bedford off the opening draw, and up to center they come. Leading the charge along that left wing side is Susie. Ends up back on the near side boards. Chasing after it is O'Hara. Christopher O'Hara digging deep as the puck is lobbed back out to the blue line by Connor Powell. And we'll get a hand pass here that'll stop play with 14:33 to go in the first period.
Today's game is produced by Joe Carpini and DVM Sports. DVM Sports specializes in sports recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Check them out online at dvmsports.com or call 207-893-0010.
As play continues down in the Merrimack defensive zone, the Tomahawks will look to try and bring it out and into the offensive end. Quick shot, rebound out in front, and missing the open net was Joshua Roy. And it comes to the near side boards. Wow, the Bulldogs get away with one early there. Puck comes along the near side half wall. 14:02 to go, first period. Sent down the length of the ice by the Bulldogs. They'll make a wholesale line change here, and play will continue back down at the Bedford defensive end.
Yeah, Merrimack, they've shown here in this first minute that they have some explosive players. We've yet to see them this year, but they're getting a couple good scoring opportunities right off the back.
Very good crowd on hand here at the Verizon Wireless Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. This is the home of the Manchester Monarchs in the American Hockey League. As the puck comes off the draw, sent back down into the Merrimack end. Comes back behind their own net, looking to start the breakout. Disrupted there on the play by Benjamin DeRosers. Up to center, left wing side. Here's Powell. Centering bid is gloved down by the goaltender, Steven Tempesta. And we'll get a whistle here, 13:31 to go in the first. We're scoreless from the Verizon Wireless Arena.
Bedford High School, a newer school. 2007 is when it was started. And they already have a pretty good program here. Only 6 years in.
And they are appearing in the state championship game today. Of course, this is the third of 4 games here today at the Verizon Wireless Arena. Don't worry, we'll have the final one for you if you've been with us all day. We're not going anywhere. Division I championship game. Number 1 Memorial against number 2 Central Memorial. We'll have it for you just about around 4:45, 5 o'clock. We did have a game go to overtime earlier today. If you were with us or if you missed it, it was the Division III championship game. John Stark Hopkinton pulls off the upset 3-2 in overtime over number 1 Berlin. And earlier today, Division I girls, it was Hanover 3-1 over Oyster River. Here in this one, we're scoreless, and on the doorstep finishing is Connor Powell. He puts Merrimack in front 1-0 with 12:38 to go in the first period, and the Tomahawks are on top.
Powell showed there why he leads Division II in points. 32 goals, 23 assists. Puts one right there off his own rebound. 1-0. That's an early lead for Merrimack.
A very opportunistic goal there for Connor Powell. The 5'9", 165 junior picks up the goal and helps the Tomahawks take the lead. 12:25 to go in the first period. A little bit of weight been thrown around here. Big check on the near side boards by Nate Boyd as he sends down his man. Slow to get up is Ryan Downey.
Dom Veluzzi, another player to watch for tonight on Merrimack. 44 points this year. Number 2 in scoring to his own teammate.
Face-off is controlled by the Bulldogs. They give a assist to Joshua Roy. And here's another chance. This one down the other end. This one for Bedford. As pushing and shoving ensues afterwards. Of course, the emotions running high in the Division II Ice Hockey Championship game today here in New Hampshire. We're glad you're with us.
Yeah, these teams 7 miles apart, so they do see each other quite a bit.
Not only probably in the rink, but also at the sandwich shop and everywhere else you go. As the puck controlled by Bedford off the draw, pushed into the corner. Now back a centering feed out in the slot, nobody there. Back over to the far side, left point shot is able to get through traffic. Ends up on the near side wing. That shot from Cullen Wiley was off the mark. He'll have to go all the way back in his own end here to get it. Flips it over on the left-hand side. Nearly ended up coming into the slot area in front of the Bedford goal. Back over to the corner boards. Picking it up in the right-hand circle is Tyler Brewster. Brewster lost his possession of it, and now it ends up the other way. Here's a chance for Bedford. Long side shot. That one is off the mark from Christopher Viola. And we're going to get a whistle here behind the play. That's going to be a hand pass. It'll stop play with 11:11 to go in the first period. Merrimack leading 1-0.
To order a DVD or a Blu-ray of today's game, just visit ondemandsportingevents.com. All the games feature the play-by-play action and capture the excitement of Championship Saturday. Plus, you can watch instant replays of all the goals in slow motion. For all the details, visit ondemandsportingevents.com. We shoot, you score.
Our score here so far, Merrimack 1 and Bedford 0. 10:58 to go in the first period. Puck sent down the length of the ice. Played by the goaltender, Brett Glendie. Glendie, who has seen a majority of the action this year for Merrimack. Of course, getting the start here in the state championship game. Up to center, a chance here, heading to the zone for Baluzzi. Baluzzi falls down, knocked down, no call coming as the puck comes back around the far side boards. Up to center, burst of speed. Here's Brian Collins with it. Collins stick handles along the right wing hash mark. Lost his handle on it and then cleared back out to the blue line. Stolen away, and here comes Dominic Baluzzi in a foot race, and both players dive for it, and the goaltender Stevan Tempesta comes out to make the save.
That was a real scoring opportunity saved by the Bedford player there. All-out defense.
Yeah, good effort on the back check to break up that play. Off the face-off, wrapped around the far side boards, where now it's brought back out to center by Merrimack. Orchestrating the rush is Feeney. Finds his man left side. It's Brewster. His shot goes wide. Merrimack carrying the play early here, as Bedford again will look to try and bring it out to center. Looped into the offensive end. Shot on goal there by the forward. Susi is wrapped up by the goaltender Glendie. 9:48 to go first period. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead over Bedford.
Bedford, they have 11 returning seniors in this game, so they do have some experience in the title game.
9:40 to go in the first period. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead over Bedford. Cleared down the length of the ice. This will be an icing call as it comes across the end line. Whistle blows. 9:33 to go here in the first period. You're watching the NHIAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship game on the NHIAA Network. Don't forget, we'll have the Division I Hockey Championship coming up for you just about 5 o'clock here on the East Coast. It'll be number 1 Memorial against number 2 Central Memorial. We'll have it for you right here on the NHIAA Network, so stay tuned for that. Here in the Division II Championship, it's Merrimack with a 1-0 lead. Bedford threatening right now, though. Centering bid out in front. A chance that kicks back out to the line. Wrist shot off the stick of the defenseman Campbell goes wide. Campbell will get another chance at it here. Wrist shot gloved down by the goaltender Glendy, and he'll hold on. 9:01 to go in the first. Merrimack 1, Bedford 0.
Bedford very nearly notching it up at 1 there on that last possession. I like what they're doing. Good crisp passes, getting the ball right in front of the net.
As it comes off the draw, comes back along the right wing boards. Sent to the far side corner. Battle behind the net. Here's a chance now in front. Working his way to the near side wall is Philbrick. Cleared out to center. Merrimack a chance here. Boy, we've seen a lot of Dominic Valuzzi here today. He has created a lot of opportunities. The captain trying to lead his team to a state title today. Face off here will come off to the left of the goaltender, Steven Tempesta.
Valuzzi and goalie over there, Brett Glendy, they seem to be the leaders of this team from what I was reading about them.
Off the draw, rolled around the near side boards, held in at the point by the defenseman McCormick. McCormick, wrist shot, through traffic, goes wide of the cage. Back over to the wing boards. Chance to break it out for Bedford. Held up on the half wall, trickles into the high circle, and then kicked back out to the blue line, and the Bulldogs will be able to send it down into the Merrimack end. Along the near side boards, picked up again by Merrimack. Reversing the play is McCormick. Up to center to the neutral zone. Bedford takes over. Bedford, long feet ahead, off the mark for the forward on the left wing. Tyler Murray turns into a 2-on-1 for Merrimack. Centering shot there from Connor Powell, sticked aside by the goaltender Steven Tempesta. Here's a chance now for Bedford, 1-on-1. Far side wing, cutting toward the net, and nice defensive play there as Christopher Viola was trying to make his way to the net as he does here, and is taken down, no call coming, and the puck goes back out to center ice. Here's a chance, 2-on-1. Tripped up coming in was Connor Powell, no call coming. 7:08 to go in the first. Play continues. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead. Merrimack in the home white sweaters today. Bedford in their visiting black uniforms, and with possession of the puck here. Wrapped around the kick plate, comes over the near side wing. Held up on the half wall as Merrimack looks to break it out. Back out to center. Powell tries to work his way through traffic. Bedford takes the puck over at the center ice logo. Back in the offensive zone. Over the near wing boards. Held on to here by Valuzzi. Sent down the length of the ice. Bedford player falls down, and the puck will end up back behind the Bedford net. 6:30 to go here in the first period. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead over Bedford. And it looks like right now they've got an offside, delayed offside. They had to clear the zone. Merrimack does clear. Puck goes back down to the Bedford end. After it there is Jeffrey Campbell. Campbell sends it around the far side boards. Held up at the blue line. We're going to get a chance here now for Bedford. Coming up to the neutral zone. Pushed in the offensive zone. Chasing after it is Benjamin Philbrick. Rebound behind the net. Still loose. And trickles to the near wing. And that'll come all the way back down to the Bedford zone. Played up by the far man, Michael D. Able to work it in deep. Now a chance in front. Oh, taking a big lick was Brian Collins as he tried to get the shot off. 5:36 to go in the first period. A whistle will stop play. We've got our first penalty of the game. And
that was
going
a
to be
smack.
a cross-checking call, and it's going to go against Merrimack and put Bedford on the power play. Penalty goes against Evan McCormick. McCormick getting the cross-checking here with 5:36 to go in the first period. And it again is the first power play of the game.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of power plays in our last game. Neither team really took advantage of either ones. Saw about 7 or 8 total. In the first game was our girls contest, and we didn't really see a whole lot of calls. Officials let the players do most of the playing.
Bedford here with the first power play of this game. Top of the right-hand circle, quick shot, rebound is loose. Good first initial shot by Viola, but no one could find the rebound. Here comes Merrimack back the other way, shorthanded, as they look to try and get a opportunistic rush. 2 Bedford players tying up 1 Merrimack player in the corner. Great penalty killing here. A lot of credit to Dominic Beluzzi. Wow. Puck finally comes out of the corner. It's on the stick of Connor Powell. Penalty upcoming here against Bedford. It'll be a hooking call. That'll even things out for the next 59 seconds. And going to the box for the Bulldogs is Michael D. So very shortly after Bedford went on the power play, D goes to the box for hooking, and all of a sudden Merrimack will eventually have a abbreviated power play. Off the draw to the left of Tempesta, won by the Bulldogs, forged back out to center.
Yeah, one way you can tell that these teams know each other, Greg, is how physical they are with each other. We haven't seen a game start out this physical. We've seen it in the third periods, but we haven't seen a game start out right from the get-go this physical.
And here's a chance now for Merrimack as they come in. Quick shot, that one goes wide of the net. Back over to the near side boards. Dumped back in as Merrimack continues to try and put pressure on here. Comes back over the near wing. Top of the left wing. Circle shot off the post. A loud ring off the stick of Mark Feeney. Ends up back over to the far side corner and sent back out to center. Here's another chance for Feeney. Stick handles through some traffic. Slides one toward the goal. And Tempesta will make the save. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead over Bedford. 3:38 to go in the first here on the NHIAA network.
You can have 365 digital photography capture a unique action shot at your sports star or favorite location and turn it into a custom fathead wall decal for all your friends to see. Bigger is always better. Visit 365digitalphotography.com.
Interesting note about this game. Merrimack really pretty much perfect on the season, 18-0 until they faced Bedford. Their only 2 losses have come to Bedford. And now here they must meet in the championship game. So Merrimack trying to get that monkey off their back to beat Bedford.
Yeah, one thing, Greg, is it's said in every sport, it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Especially here in a state championship game. A whole lot on the line here today. Here's a shot, a quick one, a wrister there by Powell. Stopped down by Tempesta. Over on the far side now. Brought along the wing into the corner. Stick handling with it there is Roy. Roy trying to do something with it and start a offensive chance here. They've got good numbers back out to the line. Power play here just about to expire. 9 seconds left on the man advantage. Here's a chance shorthanded. Racing after it for Bedford is Christopher O'Hara. He gets to it first in the corner. Back behind the net, circles the cage. Power play has come to an end. So Bedford fails on their power play. Merrimack fails on their power play. Merrimack will lob this one in. A quick kick save there by Tempesta. Redirects it to the corner. After along the wing is Downey. He falls down, and the puck goes to the far side boards. Cleared out by the Bulldogs and all the way down the length of the ice. An icing call. 2:07 to go in the first. Merrimack 1, Bedford 0 here on the NHIAA network.
Today's games are produced by Joe Carpini and DVM Sports. DVM Sports specializes in sports recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Check them out online at dvmsports.com or call 207-893-0010.
Shots on goal in this one in favor of Merrimack, 9-8, and they also have the lead on the scoreboard, 1-0. 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Starting to break out in the left wing corner is Michael D. Up to center. Ahead over the blue line. Bouncing puck finally controlled by Merrimack, and they lob it back out to the center ice circle. Backhanded in by Tyler Murray for the Bulldogs. Coming out of his net to play it was Glendy. Ends up on the near side corner boards. Thrown to the net by Neil Susi. Nobody there. Now picking it up again in front. Another chance here off the side of the net. Poking at it was Campbell for the Bulldogs, and then finally cleared back out to center. Lobbed back down into the Merrimack end. 1:16 to go in the first. The Tomahawks start to break out. Ahead, a long pass. This one off the mark. It'll be an icing call. 1:09 to go in the first. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead over Bedford. The goal so far in this one from Connor Powell. His goal assisted by Joshua Roy, and that's where we stand late in this first period.
Other than that, things fairly even. 9 shots on goal for each team, and each team with a penalty. 2 penalty minutes each.
Puck comes over on the near side boards, right in the face-off circle, shoveled out on the backhand by Downey. Ends up on the stick of Joshua Roy, but he was bounced off the play. Now the Tomahawks will have to clear the zone here, and Bedford steals it away. 42 seconds left in the period. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead. Sent down the lane to the ice, an icing call. 36 seconds left in the first. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead over Bedford. How'd these two teams get here? Well, Merrimack 16-2 during the regular season. Bedford 13-3-2 during the regular season. And both teams able to win their semifinal games. Merrimack with a 5-2 win over Bow, and Bedford a 5-4 win over the number 2 seed, Spalding.
Yeah, good little momentum booster for them as they upset the number 3 seed.
26 seconds left here in the first period. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead here in the state championship game. Division II boys ice hockey in the state of New Hampshire today. Back over on the far side, brought through center. Good burst of speed shown by Dominic Veluzzi. Gets a shot on, steered aside by Tempesta. Back over to the near wing, and brought back out by Bedford as the horn sounds to end the first period of play. So, 15 minutes in the books. Merrimack has a 1-0 lead over Bedford, and Cody, a pretty good first period for both teams.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Really physical, which is what I like. A lot of checking and, you know, not too much dirty play, just letting each other know that, hey, I remember last game when we beat you, or I remember last time when you beat us.
And so the situation after 1 period of play, Merrimack has a 1-0 lead over Bedford. And we'll get ready for second period action as we continue on the NHIAA Network. And welcome back to the Verizon Wireless Arena here in Manchester, New Hampshire. Greg Glynn and Cody Provost with you here this afternoon. Division II Ice Hockey Championship game between Merrimack and Bedford after one period of play. Merrimack with a 1-0 lead. We're glad you could join us here on the NHIAA network. Just about set to go for period number 2. Merrimack in their home white sweaters, blue numbers. They'll move from left to right, while Bedford is in their road black uniforms and red numbers. They'll move from right to left.
Yeah, I look for this half to be as physical, this period to be as physical as the first period was.
It's an early icing call to start the second period. Reminder, we will have more NHIAA action coming up here later this afternoon. Originally scheduled to be a 4:30 start. It'll probably end up starting more around 5 o'clock after an earlier game went to overtime. But you won't want to miss it no matter what. Number 1 Memorial versus number 2 Central Memorial. Fans already here for the game. It is going to be a crazy atmosphere a little later on this afternoon. And we still got the end of this one to go. And this is a very good contest as well right now between Merrimack and Bedford. Puck is flipped up and into the seats. 14:36 to go, second period. Shots on goal, Merrimack 10, Bedford 9. Both goaltenders have played well so far in this one. Face off here off to the left of the Merrimack goaltender, Brett Glendy. Rebound out in front and a backhand shot right on the doorstep, and Glendy comes up with a save. More pushing and shoving after the play. And certainly both teams aware of the situation. Have to be careful they don't get any penalties here, but it looks like we are going to get at least one. And it's going to go against Merrimack. Heading to the box is Joshua Roy.
Greg, I had a question before this game started about whether Glendy would be a little nervous, maybe a little shell-shocked from losing to this team twice earlier in the season. He was tending the net during those games, but I guess not. He's played pretty well so far.
Yeah, you have to wonder if it motivates him even more, you know. It depends on how certain athletes respond, but he has certainly looked good here. Makes another stop there, deflected, comes back out along the near side. And this is one of their better players, Connor Powell, as he comes to center. Stick handling with it for Merrimack. He's brushed up against the glass. And a big collision there as the puck squirts back out along the half boards. Picked up again, though, by Shane Foy. Foy over to the far side, hash mark. Loses the puck. And it comes in on a breakaway. Shot, score! A huge goal for Kurt Mitchell. And the Bulldogs have tied the game at 1.
Good breakaway for Mitchell, who had 2 defenders trying to collapse on him on the same time near the lettering past the blue line, and ended up getting himself a quick goal. One fake and then shot it.
Kurt Mitchell, the senior, able to get the goal to tie the game for the Bulldogs. A little bit controversial there too, because the net did come off the moorings, but he had put the puck in the back of the net before that happened. So the goal will count, and we're tied at 1.
And a big thing like a goal is always a momentum booster, so you got to think, what's this going to change for Merrimack? Do they have a possibility of letting this slip away? It's still tied. It's just a hypothetical, but always something to think about.
Momentum always hanging in the balance here in these championship games. We'll see how both teams respond. Bedford right now with a chance in the offensive zone, pushing and shoving in the corner. Play back behind the net as it rolls to the near wing. Up along the wall, distributed ahead. Trying to find his man was Dominic Veluzzi, and Veluzzi just couldn't get his stick on the pass. Bedford now with possession. Offensive edge shot, score. Wow, what a shot. Christopher Viola goes top shelf and puts the Bulldogs in front 2-1.
Sniper, no sniping.
Wow, that was an amazing shot. Talk about a quick release. Viola let that thing go, and Glendy never had a chance at it.
2-point swing.
Goal coming less than a minute later from Viola after the one by Mitchell. And all of a sudden, the Bulldogs looking to pull off the upset, as this one comes bouncing down toward Tempesta and steers it away. Now Merrimack a chance again in front. A quick shot there by Brewster is blocked away. Back to the corner boards. Pile of players over there. Puck ends up trickling to the near wing. Sent to center ice. Collecting back in his own zone is Kyle Feeney. Finally works it over to the left wing wall. We're going to get a high stick to stop play. What a turn of events. The Bulldogs able to get 2 goals in less than a minute.
Well, we already had one upset today earlier in the D3 and headed towards another one so far. All the momentum on Bedford's side. Two goals really quick.
Jeffrey Campbell will get an assist on that goal by Viola.
Yeah, Viola got that pass real well on that bucket and quickly shot it because it was in the right place.
Chance here now for Bedford to break out. Stick handling out of his own zone and up to center along right wing boards. Chipped into the offensive zone, and penalty is going to be upcoming here. Interference going to be the call. Well, they're going to call it a cross-check. It could have gone with an interference either. But regardless, Benjamin Philbrick is going to go to the box, and it'll put Merrimack on the power play. It's a tough spot to put his team in here with 11:55 to go in the second period. They just took the 2-1 lead. Philbrick goes to the box for cross-checking. And the face-off down off to the right of the goaltender, Steven Tempesta. Face-off is deflected up and out of play. 1:57 left on the man advantage. 11:52 to go in the second period. We're glad you could join us on the NHIAA network today for Division II Ice Hockey Championship between Merrimack and Bedford. Off the draw, comes back out to the blue line. A drive there and blocked down. The second try, this one comes off the stick of Dominic Veluzzi and wide of the net. Over to the wing, brought back out to the left point. Here's Feeney. Feeney's shot blocked down by the Bedford defense, cleared to the near side wall and leveled back out to center. Comes along the near side boards. Feeney was being held along the wall. Now it goes behind the net and played there by Glendy, the goaltender. But they're still having trouble getting it out of their own zone. Good forechecking pressure here from Bedford. Leading the way with those efforts was Christopher O'Hara, and it leads to an offside here as Merrimack tries to come into the offensive end. 11:09 to go in the second period. It's Bedford 2 and Merrimack 1.
To order a DVD or a Blu-ray of today's game, visit ondemandsportingevents.com. All the games feature the play-by-play action and capture the excitement of Championship Saturday. Plus, you can watch instant replays of all the goals in slow motion. For all the details, visit ondemandsportingevents.com.
Off the draw, played up to center. Here comes Bedford quickly in on the backhand to the forehand. Trying to get a shot off was Christopher Viola. And they certainly don't want to let him shoot anymore, so they were able to steer him away from the goal and never did get a shot off. Quick bid here for Veluzzi coming in, fires a shot wide of the cage. Back over to the left point, controlled by Feeney. Feeney battling along the wall. This time Bedford, though, comes away with a puck. Up along the left wing boards, poaching after it is Brian Collins. Collins couldn't do anything with it, and Merrimack will look to start the breakout again. 30 seconds left on their man advantage. Driven deep into the offensive zone. They'll dump and chase here. Along the wing, cleared back out by Bedford and out to center ice. Re-entry here from Veluzzi, and the puck again sent away, but an offside call will stop play with 10:10 to go in the second period. Bedford 2 and Merrimack 1, 15 seconds left on the power play for Merrimack. Face off just outside the Bedford blue line. Won by Merrimack, wrapped around the wall. Far side board stolen away. Here's a chance now. Veluzzi in the corner. Centering bid is broken up. Good job there to break up that pass by Kurt Mitchell. Back out to the right point. It's Veluzzi with it. Trying to go down low in the right-hand corner. Hitting his man Fortin. Back over near side corner. Centering pass is deflected. It ends up going all the way back down into the Merrimack end. Played there by Glendy, the goaltender, all the way out to center ice. Bedford again trying to regain control. Shoveled over the blue line on the wing by Christopher O'Hara. Puck comes out in front, nearly a turnover there for Merrimack, right in front of their own goal.
Well, Glendy's defense isn't really helping them out in that last couple of possessions. They're being pretty lazy getting back on D.
He has had to be more aggressive in the last few minutes here and helping the offense and the breakout get started. 9:12 to go, second period. Merrimack trailing Bedford 2-1. Bedford the number 3 seed. Merrimack the number 1 seed here in Division 2.
The second period has been the scoring period today for our games. 3 goals in the last second period we had, and a couple goals here.
Here's another chance for one. A quick shot there on a wrister by Neil Susi is deflected up and into the mesh. 8:55 to go in the second period. Bedford with a 2-1 lead over Merrimack. Off the draw, controlled by Bedford. Back out at the line. Wrist shot goes wide of the net. Rebound off the back wall. Good chance there on the shot by Wiley. And now we get an early whistle here. And we are going to see a penalty. It's going to be a tripping call. It's going to go against Nate Boyd. So with 8:41 to go here in the second period, Merrimack is going to go back on the power play. They just had one about 3 minutes ago, and they'll get another one with this tripping call here.
Yeah, Bedford letting Merrimack hang around right now with these stupid penalties.
And there's a shot, and it is tied up underneath the pad of Stevan Tempesta. That was a good chance right off of the draw on the power play for Merrimack.
Yeah, they really haven't got that many shots off in this period, but Bedford keeps getting a man down, so they're going to, give him some opportunities.
Here's a chance off the draw as it comes along the near side boards for Merrimack. Digging in the corner after it is Joshua Roy. Roy trying to work it off the wall, still battling along the dasher board. Puck still tangled up in the feet. Finally, Roy comes away with it. Now back behind the net. Chasing after it on the far wing and cleared back out to the point. A drive there. That one a nice shot. Off the stick of Mark Feeney, but gloved down by Tempesta, and he'll hold on. 8 minutes to go in the second period. Bedford with a 2-1 lead over Merrimack.
Yeah, powerful shot by the defenseman right there. I'd like to see him shoot that quite a bit more. He was wide open.
Feeney, 5'11", 175 for the junior. As the puck comes back behind the Bedford net, rolls around the near side boards, back out to the right point. Powell down low on the half wall, works it over to the wing. That's Fortin now back out to left point. Shot by Feeney is kicked aside by Tempesta. Back out to the blue line, held in on the half wall. Chance along the wing now. Trying to get it through traffic was Joshua Roy, but he couldn't do it, and it'll go all the way down the length of the ice. Again, as we mentioned, there's Glendy playing the puck. That comes back out to the blue line. A low liner off the stick of Patrick Gagliardi goes wide of the net. Eventually ends up on the stick of Feeney, far wall. Slowly saucering down into the offensive zone as Merrimack chases after it. Power play has 30 seconds left on it for Merrimack. Merrimack has certainly had their fair share of chances here on the power play so far. They've had 3 chances, but they have come up empty on all 3 attempts, as this one's about to expire. And they're about ready to maybe even give up a shorthanded situation here, as Bedford very aggressive on the forecheck with just 5 seconds left on that penalty. Cleared back out along the wing. This is Roy. And the puck comes up into the Merrimack bench. So we'll get a whistle to stop play. Head coach for Merrimack is Kurt Mithofer, and the head coach for the Bedford Bulldogs is Marty Myers.
Marty Myers done a good job with this program.
Face-off here will come off to the left of the Bedford goaltender today, Stevan Tempesta. It is won by Bedford, wrapped around the far side boards, backhanded on the wing, and cleared back out to center by Susie. Here's a chance for Susie, lets one go. That one's gloved down by Brett Glendy, and he will hold on. 6:18 to go in the second period. Bedford with a 2-1 lead over Merrimack.
You can change your VHSs to DVD. Digital Video Magic can help. Preserve your memories and transfer all your VHS tapes to DVD so you can cherish them forever. To find out more details and get your VHS on DVD, call Digital Video Magic, 207-893-0010, or you can visit their website, digitalvideomagic.com.
Chance to clear it out now for Merrimack as they skate through center. Across the center ice logo, bringing it into the zone is Ford. Into the near side corner. Back out to the blue line. Trying to stick handle his way through traffic is Collins. He's knocked off the play and then shovels it back down into the Merrimack end. Glendy pushes the puck around the boards, kept in momentarily by Bedford, and right back the other way though. Here comes Powell. Powell, shot, save, rebound, kicks loose into the corner. Nice stop there by Tempesta.
Tough angle to shoot from too.
Very tough angle to shoot from, and a good save, a tough save to make too when you're tight against that post. Goes back behind the Merrimack net. Stolen away, right in front, shot, quick one there. Off the stick of Viola, goes wide. Pushing and shoving along the boards, gets the crowd excited. Here's Viola again, a centering bid. That one is deflected away to the wall. Lobbing it down the length of the ice is Powell. Back to collect for the Bulldogs. This is Wiley. Wiley again trickles one down back behind the Merrimack net. 4:40 to go, second period. Bedford with a 2-1 lead over Merrimack, the number 3 seed, looking to pull off the upset.
Trying to win their third matchup versus this team too.
In a row. As this puck comes all the way back down in the Merrimack end. Big check along the wall there by Fortin. Merrimack picking up the physical play in this one. Back out to the left point. Drive there by the defenseman. D is off the mark. Rebound out in front. Travick in front. Another shot. This one off the stick of Susie. Goes wide and up and into the mesh. 4:04 to go, second period. Bedford putting on the pressure with a lead, 2-1.
Yeah, they're going hard to find that insurance goal, if not a couple.
Face-off comes right in front, rebound loose, and deflected away to the far side corner boards. After it there is Susie. Another chance on goal. Boy, you have to give a lot of credit to Glendy. Tipped in front. Susie deflects it past Glendy, and the Bulldogs have broken it open. It's 3-1.
Yep, that was gorgeous, gorgeous play working on offense. Glendy had no shot at.
Yeah, Neil Susie, really nice job to deflect that as it was coming toward the net. He got his tip of his stick on it, redirected it very quickly, made it difficult for Glendive to make the save and react. And as a result, the Bulldogs have a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, I was going towards the outside corner of the net, and when, what's-his-name, redirected it, it went right through the 5-hole of Glendive.
So Susie able to help Bedford here. And now looking for more. A chance in front. A quick attempt there off the stick of Vermeulen is stopped. Wow, what a flurry from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, these dogs are fired up right here. They're playing for keeps. They want to be the state champs 2 years in a row. And they fought hard. They pulled off an upset to get into this ship game.
So the face-off here will come off to the right of Brett Glendive, who has played well today for Merrimack. It certainly hasn't been for a lack of effort. 24 shots on goal so far from Bedford. My, that's a lot of shots on goal just past the halfway mark in this one. You wonder if they can afford to keep up at this pace. Assist, by the way, on that last goal going to Michael D. Now we got a penalty upcoming here. This one's going to go against Bedford, I believe, for goaltender interference.
Yeah, still 3-goal second period is a pretty good 15-minute span scoring.
And they will indeed send Bedford to the box. Penalty goes against Christopher O'Hara, the senior forward. Interfered with a goaltender, and that again will lead to another power play for Merrimack. 5 minutes ago, they had their last power play they failed to score. They are 0 for 3 in the game today. Merrimack turnaround chance. Oh my! Tempesta did not see it coming. The net was off the moorings though, and as a result, the whistle is blown. That's a tough break for Merrimack.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to get the rebound, too. Good position. Most of this second period, the time of possession has gone to Bedford.
They have dictated play. They have come out and meant business here in this second period. Back over on the far side wall, kicked out, and to center ice where Merrimack again will try and regroup. Back across the line, this is Connor Powell. Powell left-hand side to Fortin. And the pass back to the point is off the mark. It'll come all the way back down into the Merrimack end. Play continues at center where it's picked up by Fortin. Drives one deep into the Bedford end. Cleared back out by the Bulldogs. Back and forth we go. Powell has trouble with it and taken there now by Feeney. Feeney, a long drive. That one is steered aside by Tempesta. Back behind the net, deflected away. Ends up over on the far boards for Roy. Roy slides it to the point now. It's Powell. Powell, wrist shot through traffic. Rebound is tied up by Tempesta. Big save there with 46 seconds left on the power play. 2:05 to go in the second period. If that puck gets loose, they've got the numbers to be able to put the puck in the back of the net on this power play.
Today's game is produced by Joe Carpini at DVM Sports. DVM Sports specializes in recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Check them out online at dvmsports.com or call 207-893-0010.
As the puck comes along the near side boards, it's sent down the length of the ice on the play by Vermeulen. No icing here as they are on the penalty kill. Trying to work his way back out to center was Roy. Couldn't get anything going offensively. Puck comes out in front, cleared away by Glendive.
And another example of sloppy defense by Merrimack.
Here's Roy with a shot. Now deflected back in front. Shot goes wide. That one, the howitzer from Fortin that didn't find the cage. Back over to the wall and then cleared away by the defense. And all the way down, this will end up being an icing call. 1:15 to go second period. Bedford with a 3-1 lead over Merrimack. You're watching the NHIAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship. We're glad you could join us. Greg Glynn, Cody Provost with you here on the NHIAA Network. Back out to the line on the draw. The wrist shot there by Feeney. Ends up in the far side corner. Roy with it for Merrimack. Lost a handle as the Bedford Bulldogs attack him. And it comes to the near boards. Up to center over the blue line. This is a chance on a wrister for Mitchell. Rebound still loose, now grabbed by Glendy, and he'll gobble it up. 49 seconds left here in the second period. Bedford with a 3-1 lead over Merrimack.
Yeah, Glendy had to come a ways out and be very aggressive as a goaltender there.
49 seconds left here in the second period. Back out to the point. Here's D. Now sent behind the net, wrapped around the near side boards. Out to the line again. D, 2 for $1. Gets a shot off, and it's gloved down by the goaltender, Glendy. 39 seconds left now in the second period. Bedford with a 3-1 lead over Merrimack. Bedford out shooting Merrimack 26-14.
Yeah, and the thing was, before this period, it was the other way around. Not totally like that. It was, I think, 12-9, something close like that.
Here's a chance for Merrimack across the blue line. Stick handling is Powell. Powell's wrist shot is gloved down by Tempesta, and he'll hold on. A little bit of pushing and shoving, extracurricular activity after the shot on goal with 21 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, and if I'm the coach over at Bedford, I'm going to tell my team, hey, listen, we're up 3-1. We don't need any stupid penalties because we hate these guys. We just need to play right.
Head coach Marty Myers has his Bulldogs in front, 3-1, looking to try and pull off the upset. An icing call here will halt play with 14 seconds to go in the second period. You're starting to see maybe a little bit more pressure from Merrimack here, knowing that they need at least 2 goals to force overtime. And the way that Bedford has played and the way that Tempesta has showcased his goaltending skills, that might be a tall task. Here's a shot down the other end of the offense. Chance for Viola. That one is steered aside by Glendy. And the horn sounds to end the second period of play. A very good period for the Bedford Bulldogs. They get 3 unanswered goals and lead by the score of 3-1. Shots on goal in that second period totals for you 27 total shots on goal for Bedford, 15 shots on goal overall for Merrimack. And after 2 periods of play, we've got 30 minutes in the books. Bedford has a 3-1 lead over Merrimack. You're listening to the NHIAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network. And welcome back here to the Verizon Wireless Arena. Greg Glynn and Cody Provost with you here. Third period action ready to go as Merrimack trails Bedford 3-1. Merrimack, the higher seed, the number 1 seed, taking on Bedford, and the number 3 seed, who's looking to try and pull off the upset. We're underway here in period number 3 as the play goes back behind the Bedford net. Controlled out there by the play of the Bulldogs, who have really taken things to Merrimack in the last period and a half here. And a shot on goal is stopped down by the netminder, Brett Glendy, and he'll hold on for the whistle. Good rush there by Bedford on the 2-on-1.
Yeah, I want to see what Coach Kurt made for adjustments and maybe told his team, get them fired up. This is the state championship, and they're down by 2. Number 1 team ranked coming in, and they lost this team twice already. I just don't see why they're not playing that well.
Their only 2 losses of the year came to Bedford. They were 16-2 during the regular season. Back behind the net now. Merrimack trying to start the breakout. Instead, it ends up being a turnover. Here's DeRoses. Lost the puck, though. Goes all the way back out to center ice. Stick handling with it. That's Campbell. Campbell lobs it back in the offensive zone. Glendy, the goaltender, out of his net to play it. Far side boards, deflected ahead. Here's Powell over the blue line. Quick shot, got a man in front looking for a deflection. Trickles to the near side boards and played back to center and lobbed in by the play of Brian Collins. But we will get a whistle here as the puck deflects out of play. 13:41 to go in the third. Bedford with a 3-1 lead over Merrimack.
Today's games produced by Joe Carpini and DVM Sports. They specialize in recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Check them out at dvmsports.com or call 207-893-0010.
13:27 to go here in the third period. Bedford with a 3-1 lead and another icing call here against Bedford. This will be interesting to see the trend that continues in this game, whether or not they try to sit back and they try and hold on and ice this thing away, or whether or not they take a more aggressive approach and try and build this to a 4-1 lead. Certainly something we'll have to keep an eye on here as this game continues to develop into the later stages of this third period.
Well, they went all out in the second period, and maybe there's a little fatigue here.
And as the puck goes all the way down the length of the ice again, this one icing waved off, and because also Glendy came out of the net to play it. Over to the near side boards, controlled by the defenseman Veluzzi. Veluzzi will start the breakout, right wing side. Up ahead to Roy. Roy puts on the brakes, fires a shot. That one bounces back behind the net. Big collision along the backboards. My, what a collision as O'Hara took out his man. Up to center. Along the wing, right in front of the Merrimack bench. Play controlled by Bedford. As they come across the line, though, we are going to get a penalty against Bedford, and it is going to be for too many men on the ice. A big penalty at a crucial juncture in this game. 2:41 to go here in this third period. And it'll be a power play here for Merrimack, and they haven't had one in a while. They've only had 2.
In the game, yeah.
Excuse me, they've had 4 actually in the game. Bedford has only had 2 power plays. This is a familiar situation for Merrimack. They just haven't been able to capitalize. As it comes back out to the blue line, here's a shorthanded bit. Leading the way, here's O'Hara. O'Hara's tripped up coming into the zone. No call there. So in the box, serving the too many men on the ice penalty is Tyler Murray. Here's a chance, it's short-handed. Shot, score! Christopher O'Hara gets the goal, a short-handed goal. 12:20 to go in the third period, and Bedford's in front 4-1.
That was just sloppy passing by Merrimack, and it got intercepted because the player didn't come back to the puck, didn't make an effort to get the pass. And he was the last man at the line of defense, and the speed was going all the other way.
So this will end up being a short-handed goal for Bedford. Christopher O'Hara And we are going to see a timeout from Merrimack.
Well, you can order a DVD or a Blu-ray of today's game. Just visit ondemandsportingevents.com. All the games feature the play-by-play action and capture the excitement of Championship Saturday. Plus, you can watch instant replays of all the goals in slow motion. For all the details, visit ondemandsportingevents.com. Fans over there on the Bedford side are fired up.
As well, they should be. 4 unanswered goals. Bedford, of course, who advanced to this game to upset number 2 Spalding on Wednesday. Now looking to try and knock off the top seed Merrimack. 1:40 left on the man advantage for the Tomahawks. And they really need to score on this power play. Trailing 4-1 with 12:19 to go in the third. Here's a chance for the Tomahawks. It's whistled down offside.
Yeah, Merrimack players don't like that call.
Yeah, that's been the kind of day it's been for the Tomahawks. They just haven't been able to get anything going. Face-off here will come outside the Bedford blue line. Good win there for Merrimack. Veluzzi able to win the face-off. Dumped into the offensive end. Big pressure there. Big check from Roy. Up to the half wall. Deflected on the glass. Controlling it is Veluzzi. And then deflected back out to center. Lobbed back in by Feeney for Merrimack and cleared down the length of the ice by Bedford. Merrimack back in their own zone, looking to start the breakout. Left wing side, burst of speed. Here's Powell. Powell over the blue line, still with it. Centering, bit out in front, rebound is loose, and steered away by Tempesta. Back over to the near side wall. Big save there by Tempesta. Another chance here. Out in front, shot, score! Wow. Connor Powell will pick up the goal. It's his second of the game. And it has brought Merrimack back within 2.
Now that was a good change-up. From one side of the ice to the other. Beautiful pass. There was no one there in front of the goaltender to help him out.
So it is the second of the game for Powell. And a very nice play. Good feed that led to that goal and led to Powell being so wide open. And as a result, Bedford now with just a 4-2 lead. Merrimack will look to try and start the break out of their own zone. Ryan Downey picks up the assist for his beautiful pass. And Merrimack now will look to see if they can build on this momentum.
Yeah, that last pass was the definition of a dime.
Up to center now, steering it through traffic was Feeney, then lost it. Back over on the far wing. Back behind his own goal, looking to start the breakout is Campbell. Campbell had his pass picked off, shot deflected in front, and a good chance there by Veluzzi. All the way down the length of the ice, Bedford called for icing. 10:27 to go in the third. Bedford 4, Merrimack 2. You're watching NHIAA Division II Ice Hockey Championship on the NHIAA Network.
If you're looking for the perfect gift or you just want to spruce up your home, have 365 digital photography capture a unique action shot at your sports star or favorite location and turn it into a custom fathead wall decal for all your friends to see. Bigger is always better. Just visit 365digitalphotography.com.
10:12 to go here in the third period. Two players go down in a heap. Getting up to his feet first was Boyd. Puck comes back out to the left point. Bedford trying to keep it in. After it is Fortin. Fortin battling in the corner. Works it loose to the defenseman. Miscommunication there. Ends up on the wing for Downey. Tracking it down right in the slot. A rebound that kicks loose and then wrapped up underneath the pads of Tempesta right on the doorstep was Tyler Murray, and held on to by Glendy. 9:47 to go here in the third. Bedford with a 4-2 lead over Merrimack. Off the draw, comes back to the high slot. Rolled off the tape on the stick of Brian Collins. Near wing, played ahead by Campbell. Reversed on the play by Merrimack and cleared out by the play of Connor Powell. Michael D goes back to get it for Bedford. Deflected ahead on the breakout, comes to the blue line where it's backhanded the other way. Good job by Merrimack to keep it in. Tyler Brewster continues the offensive pressure. Backhand feet in front, steered away by Tempesta, the goalie who gets his paddle on it to put it over into the corner.
10 minutes to go, and Merrimack needs to start playing like they're down by 2. They need to shoot.
Well, here's a shot right here. This one goes sizzling over the crossbar, ends up in the near side corner. Back out to the line, a wrist shot there by Kyle Feeney, steered aside. You're starting to see that pressure you were talking about, Cody, as these players from Merrimack are starting to feel the pressure of trailing by 2 goals. Back out to the line, a long drive. That one wrapped up by the goaltender, Tempesta, on the blast by Feeney from the point.
Yeah, and Pesta's done a great job. He has let up 2 goals on 21 shots, but he's really done a good job on stopping open looks.
Faceoff will be off to the left of Tempesta. 8:39 to go here, third period. Bedford with a 4-2 lead over Merrimack. This is Division II Ice Hockey Championship here in the state of New Hampshire today. We're glad you could join us on the NHIAA network. Play continues at center ice. Back down to the Bedford end. Play along the half wall, back out to the point. That's Feeney. Feeney down low, behind the net now, looking to try and work his way to Roy. Roy in the back check here as Twickley in transition. Bedford tried to break it out. Nice play at the blue line, though, by Feeney to keep it in. More pressure here in pursuit as Feeney tried to glove it in and keep it in, but knocks it into the Bedford bench. 7:57 to go in the third. Bedford 4, Merrimack 2. Faceoff comes just outside the Bedford blue line. Shuffled back into the offensive end by Powell. More pushing and shoving ensues along that far side boards, and we are going to get a whistle and a penalty. It's going to be a tripping call. The question is, who is it against? There were quite a few players going down in the heap, and it ends up going against the Tomahawks. Dominic Valuzzi will go to the box for tripping, and Bedford will go on the power play.
Yeah, this is narrowing the margin that Merrimack has for chances of a victory.
Off the draw, out to the line, wrapped around the wall. Comes back out to the line. Here's D. Down low, right-hand side, finds Viola. Out on the left-hand side, a quick one-timer. Goes off the stick of Mitchell and wide of the net. Comes to the near side boards. Clearing attempt from Powell is stopped at the point. Viola tried to work it to the high slot. Taken away. Here comes Powell back the other way. Powell shot, right pad save by Tempesta. Back over to the near side boards, cleared back out by Bedford. Fortin goes back to get it for Merrimack. Feeney tries to help him out. Can't do it. Puck tied up behind the net now. Worked away by Mitchell. Mitchell falls down. Then it goes back over to the far side. Working on it is Viola. Viola jousting with Feeney in the corner. Back over to Viola. Viola, high pass back out to the blue line. Stick handling with it. Nice moves here. Cutting in along the right wing face-off circle was D, but lost a handle on it and cleared all the way back into the Bedford end. Bedford in transition. Wants to make a line change. They will. 6:23 to go here in the third. Bedford with a 4-2 lead over Merrimack. Back over to the far wing. It's cleared back out to the red line and all the way back down to the Bedford end. Up along the left wing wall, slid down on goal. Glendy forced to play it as he sends it all the way back out to center ice. Chance here now for Roy. Comes across the blue line again, losing a handle on it. And Bedford will retreat. Campbell leads the play ahead after a check away from the play by Powell. No call, and now we are going to get a whistle here. But not for a penalty, anything that the fans were looking for.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. It was right under us, and I heard some boards crashing, but that's about it.
Puck deflects out of play, and the Bedford players certainly got a very good look at it. It was right in front of their bench. Two players went down, and nothing was called.
Today's game produced by Joe Carpini and DVM Sports. They specialize in sports recruitment videos, highlight videos, and action photos. Visit them at dvmsports.com.
Play continues at center ice. Tyler Brewster gives chase, and the puck goes up and into the Merrimack bench. 5:30 to go in the third. Bedford with a 4-2 lead. Don't forget, we've got more NHIAA action coming up this afternoon. The final game of our quadruple header. Number 1 Memorial and number 2 Central Memorial in the Division I championship game. We'll have it for you here in about a half hour from now. As the puck is won off the draw and sent around the boards by Bedford out to center. Continuing the pursuit of the puck, pushing and shoving continues. And we are going to get both players pushing and shoving, going to the box. So Brian Collins and Jason Fortin will head off. Oh, they're going to just call one. Wow.
Yeah, this place is getting loud.
Well, certainly Merrimack has a chance now. Power play here. 5:19 to go. This is almost a must-score power play.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Greg. This is big.
Brian Collins goes to the box. Merrimack on the power play. We got a penalty, it looks like, in front. Nope, they look like Fortin had been cross-checked down. He's looking for a call. He won't get one. And now the face-off will come back out in neutral ice. So Collins is in the box. Merrimack on the power play for another minute 50. They're trailing by 2 with 5:06 to go in the third. Back along the wing, cleared down the length of the ice by the Bulldogs. Glendy out of his net to help the breakout on this power play here. Across the blue line, carrying it is Feeney. Shot wide of the net. Grabbed and sent back out, but nearly a shot there that found the back of the net as Merrimack continues to put on good pressure. Sent back out to center ice circle. Shuffled ahead. Here's Fortin with it. Fortin over the blue line. Drop pass. Slide back over to him by Veluzzi. And Veluzzi can't do anything with it. It's sent down the length of the ice again. Glendy out to help the breakout. Mishandled a bit there by Powell. Powell stick handles up. Now around the man. Dishes it off here is Roy. Roy levels one down around the kick plate. Ends up in the far side corner. Dumped down and chasing after it still in the corner is Veluzzi. Veluzzi to the half wall. Now to Powell. Back to Veluzzi. Veluzzi's shot. Blocked down in front, cleared away by Bedford, and back out to center. Good job there by Christopher Viola to get it out of the zone. He also has a goal in this one. He has played well at both ends of the ice. Here's a chance for Veluzzi with a shot. That one blocked away by two Bulldogs.
Yeah, Merrimack finally playing desperate.
Yeah, you can see the desperation here as they continue to try and mount some pressure. Another shot in front, a rebound is loose. Tempesta makes the save and says, get me the heck out of here. 3:31 to go in the third. Bedford with a 4-2 lead over Merrimack. 12 seconds left on the Merrimack power play.
Yeah, they got to win this face-off. They only have 3.5 minutes till they're just run out of time.
Face-off is won by Veluzzi. Into the corner, chasing after it is Roy. Fortin after it now for Merrimack, but taken away and sent down the length of the ice by Philbrick. Man out of the box, we're back to even strength. Bringing it to center is Powell across the center ice logo. Powell cuts in, tries to split the D, instead falls down. Puck rolls toward the net, and Tempesta will make the save. A lot of chippiness out there right now, and a lot of trash talking as well. As this game gets into the later stages.
It's been like that all game. These players are strongly invested into this tournament and winning environment.
Face-on will come off to the right of Tempesta, who's making an equipment adjustment at the moment.
Rematch of the 2011.
And off the draw, Bedford able to slide it out to the blue line and outside the zone. Here's a chance now on a play across the blue line. Two Merrimack players run into each other, but O'Hara just couldn't get across the blue line and make a play on it. Chipped off the near side glass. It flutters down toward the Bedford end, and sliding out of his goal to grab it is Tempesta. Very aggressive play there with 2:47 to go in the third period. Bedford leading 4-2.
Yeah, he must have been 15 feet out at least.
Face-off off to his right. Tempesta today has made 23 saves. Excuse me, he has made a total of 30 saves. Got to give him all the credit in the world. And he may be one of the major reasons why they go on to win this game. And we're going to get a penalty here. It's going to be a cross-checking call against Bedford. So they've given Merrimack their chances.
Yeah, they couldn't afford that right there. 2 minutes, 43 seconds. They scored in under a minute twice in the second period. Don't forget, these games are brought to you by DVM Sports today. They can make your VHS tapes into DVDs. Just visit digitalvideomagic.com for more information.
So Neil Soucy goes to the box. Merrimack on the power play. Right-hand side, quick wrist shot. Rebound is loose, and then grabbed by Tempesta. Pushing and shoving ensues. And now you have to really make sure you don't take a penalty late in this game that could hurt your team. And that's what will be tested here as we see what happens in the final 2:32. Big draw here for Veluzzi against Mitchell. Won by Bedford. Wrapped around the wing. Out to the point. Held in momentarily by Feeney. And then chipped right back out again by Bedford. Nice play by Michael D. Connor Powell will look to start the rush. Up through center. Stick handles across the blue line. Looking in front. He's got him in. Oh, he just couldn't get him as he was seeing his man coming down on the play, Fortin, and he just couldn't slide him the puck. 2 minutes to go in the third period. Bedford leading 4-2. Here's a chance for Powell coming across the line. Works his way in the offensive zone. Rebound off the play is in the high slot, but no one could get a stick on it.
Still a minute left in this power play.
Merrimack looking to try and come up with an answer here, starting to get very desperate. We'll also keep an eye on the goaltender. They have now just pulled Glendie. He comes out of the net. Extra attacker is on. Puck toward the empty net and into the back of the net. Bedford scores into the empty net to make it 5-2 and puts the final touches on this one with 1:25 to go in the third period. A shorthanded goal.
Yeah, Greg, you said it perfectly. This game is over now. Merrimack had a bunch of small windows of opportunity, many power plays. I think it's, 5 or 6 now, and now they didn't take advantage of any of them.
I believe they are going to credit this goal to Christopher O'Hara, and whether or not he intended to shoot the puck on goal or just clear it out. And it is going to go to O'Hara. That is his second of the game. And, of course, that's the benefit, too, of having the shorthanded situation, is that they were allowed to shoot that puck down that end, and they could feel comfortable not getting an icing because they were shorthanded. 1 minute to go in the third period, and Bedford has a 5-2 lead over Merrimack.
10 seconds
and
on
this
that
was going to be an
penalty.
icing call here. 10 seconds left, as Cody said, on that power play. But my, oh my, how this game has developed for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Berlin's going to go on to win their second championship in a row, and it's been a emotional week for them. They pulled off the upset on the 4th, and they're going to pull off the upset here.
As play continues off the draw, 47 seconds left here. They're going to stop play, and the official here signaling that they are going to bring this face-off back down into the Bedford end.
Yeah, you got to be disappointed if you're Merrimack, getting beaten 3 times this season by Bedford. They just had their numbers. Sometimes teams just play you well, and I guess after three different instances, you kind of have to just say, I don't know what we could have done. We just don't match up well against this team.
So the face-off here will come off to the left of Glendy, and just like that, Bedford is going to win the state championship here today at the Verizon Wireless Arena. And a lot of effort goes into a season, but for Bedford, this has to be an amazing feeling to beat this team 3 times in a row. Their only losses all year came to Bedford, all 3 of them at this point. And as a result, they will go on to be state champions.
Yeah, I think Bedford's final 2 games were both against Merrimack when they beat them, and it really showed how teams can get hot at the right time and peak, which is what they're doing now, and they're just playing so well.
As the puck comes over to the far side boards, played in by Powell, chasing after it. Now it's deflected out in front, cleared away, and swept down the length of the ice. 15 seconds left. Comes to the near side boards, flung down, and this will be an icing call here against Merrimack. The fans over on the other side for Bedford just anxiously waiting to celebrate. Meanwhile, we've got fans coming in for the final game of the afternoon, the Division I championship game. Face-off off to the left of Glendy. 5 seconds left. Bedford wins the draw. Quick wrist shot, and that's going to do it. The Bedford Bulldogs are the best team again in the Granite State. They capture the state championship for the 2nd time, and their first since 2011 with a win over the Merrimack Tomahawks. What a victory for Bedford as they go on to beat Merrimack in a huge upset. 5-2, the final score. And a very important win for this Bedford program as they continue to really establish themselves here in New Hampshire.
Yep. 11 seniors this year, so you know they had the experience coming in. They went to the finals in 2011. They played this team in 2011. They beat this team twice this year. The odds were stacked against Merrimack, even though we call Bedford the underdog. I think Bedford was really confident coming into the game, and they proved it today.
So Bedford gets the win. They are the state champions in the state of New Hampshire in Division II, and a very hard-fought game by both teams. You have to remember Merrimack jumped out to a 1-0 lead on the goal by Connor Powell. Then it was Kurt Mitchell that tied things up for Bedford. Christopher Viola in that second period helped them take their first lead of the game, made it 2-1. And then it was Neil Susi making it 3-1 late in the second period. And then in the third period, Bedford turned it on again, a short-handed goal. And that one came off the stick of Christopher O'Hara. Connor Powell would score the second goal for Merrimack to make it just a 2-goal game again. But then the empty net goal by Christopher O'Hara closed the deal. And as a result, the Bedford Bulldogs upset Merrimack by the final score of 5-2. A very excited Bedford team as they celebrate with their fans. Again, the final score, the Bedford Bulldogs 5 and the Merrimack Tomahawks 2. That's going to do it from here. We'll let you catch the celebration down on the ice. But again, the final score, the Bedford Bulldogs 5 and the Merrimack Tomahawks 2. For our entire broadcast team here on the NHIAA network, for my broadcast partner, Cody Provost, I'm Greg Glynn. We're glad you could tune in. Have a great day, everybody.